Hello everybody, my name is Christian and I like to do a real life fuel test. I've done a few tests before. I use an old Audi diesel 2.0. It was an A6 and a lot of people then come with a lot of questions like how much consume in real life, how much consume like 120, 190 town. Very difficult to answer, and also you need to keep in mind about traffic, weather, so a lot of stuff. And today I said, okay, let's do actually a real life test. Today I'll go to visit a friend of mine. He is around 30 kilometers away from me. This road will be made between small roads like village roads, express road, which is 100 kilometers limit, and a small portion of a highway with 120 kilometers. This movie is made in Dublin. The weather is not great. It may be possible to rain a little bit. It's a little windy, around 20 kilometers per hour the wind. It's blowing now like intermittent, so and the direction it's quite different. To be a real test, I will do 2 trips. In the past I made a small video like 1 minute or 2 minutes and you're not sure about it was a real flat, it was the land, the wind, traffic condition. So to be a more real life test, I'll do a trip there and back. So it will be in total 60 kilometers. So if we'll have a little hills, we'll do in the both directions. So should be more real life than just in one direction. Yeah, so let's do it. This will be the road. It's 31 kilometers per direction. I have reset vehicle information, so we'll start from 0. So let's do it. I will start right now, and in the meantime I also give you a few details about the car in general, the engine, the mileage, and maybe a few other details. To be a more real life, I included also everything. We're starting going out from the estate, and because here actually have probably a lot of fuel consumption. It will be like just starting exactly when we start on the road. As I said, we are filming in Dublin. It's raining all the time and suddenly, so you can't predict. It's spring, so it's raining a lot. I hope the fuel consumption not be affected too much. The road probably will be a little heavy. I have for the moment no information about the traffic. I'll see a little later if the data will update. Yeah, we have some information about traffic yet, so it's a little busy. It's Friday. We're going out from Dublin, so yeah, we can expect a little traffic, but as I said, it will be a real traffic, like a normal life, from go to A to Z. Yeah, I'll put also my seat belt. We have also a rainbow. That's good. We're already driving on the village roads. And as we start, we have already around 9.4 the fuel consumption. As you know, we drive to the backyard in the States, so not the best fuel. But as we start to driving, it'll slow down and start to become lower and lower. Express road, it's limited to 100 kilometers per hour, and I'll go to drive and respect the speed limits. Yeah, we're 100. Showering. Now I think it's a flat area, and the fuel consumption is around 5.1, 5.3. Probably a little ramp now. Of course, the fuel consumption jumped to 6-7. Busy road, but not heavy traffic. Still, we can drive with what speed we want. Now, to give you a little details about the car, it's a 2015 BMW 2.0 automatic gearbox with 8 speeds. It's made in 2015. I have it from 2017, so a few years. Right now, the mileage is 240 something, 49. I had no major problem with the car. Actually, I had no problem. Just changed the brakes pad, and that's all. Yeah, so probably it's like a normal car, but on this age. The tax, I bought this car because the tax is very low. It's 190 euro per month, per year, and it's one of the lowest for a normal car with a thermic engine. A lower tax than 190 you have if you drive electric car in Ireland. In other country, I understand electric cars, they have a 0, but here no, we have I think around 120, 160 for some electric cars. I always been interested about the fuel consumption because indeed it's about how efficient is the car, and I think for me this matter. And also, yeah, you burn less fuel, you pollute less. There's not a brain for that. And also, I drive a lot of long roads. We go on holidays in the main Europe, and sometimes we drive like 3,000 kilometers, 2,000 kilometers. We go from Ireland in Spain, in Greece. I've been a few times, in Italy. So yeah, it's nice to don't spend too much money on fuel. And also, I really love it. The autonomy. You can drive around 1,200 kilometers with one tank. I have the regular tank with I think has 65 liters. Of course, I'm not crazy to go on the fuel reserve, so usually, when it's less than a quarter, I go to refuel. But this is very nice because you don't need to stop on the roads. I've been with my brother in Greece, and he was very funny. He was driving an X5 3.0 diesel, and I think it was something like 2012, 13, the model, and he was calling me, okay, I need to stop, I need to refuel after 500 kilometers, 600 kilometers. So, oh yeah, and he put, I think, 80 liters, so a lot of fuel. And yeah, it's more nice to, don't be forced to stop. You stop when you want to stop, but not, looking for gas stations. In some part of Spain, I think I've been from Valencia to south, I think it was Malaga, and we drove in an area where you couldn't see any, only a few pump stations. So it's nice to have a small consumption of combined with a bigger tank, and you can drive more and there's no problem, and you don't need to care about where's the gas station. As a driving, we're 100 kilometers away. The fuel, it's consumption reduced to, I think it's 5.8 now. Now the traffic, it's actually a little busy, so we need to reduce a little bit of speed. But as I said, real life traffic, not in the ghost highway with no traffic. Yeah, so exactly like in daily life. The crazy weather, we have sun and dark clouds, but the rain stops. And also, yeah, I'm not feeling the wind. Probably it is something, but no, not something major to disturb us. A few more words about the car. So I really enjoy this car. It's very relaxing. In the past people say, oh, you have a BMW, so you drive like crazy, or do getaways. Definitely a 520D is not a getaway car. It is a fast car, but it's more made to drive elegant, not comfortable. So it's a very comfortable car, and with 8-speed gear, there's no problem with you don't feel when the gear is changed. And by the way, crazy prices. Yeah, actually, this is one of the reasons I made the video today. Today the fuel jumped over €2. So this is a record in Ireland. This is the highest price ever. So to pay for 1 liter of diesel €2 and something, that's crazy. And probably now more than ever, care about the fuel consumption. Before, usually a full tank was, I never go to the like a reserve, but when you put like 50-55 liters, usually it was around €70. Now it's close to 100. So yeah, it's a little increase in our monthly budget. Yeah, maybe not so crazy for a whole month, for how many thousands of euros spent per month, but yeah, it is something there. Yeah, continue about the car. So yeah, it's a very quiet car, and in general, it's made for I think this kind of cruising. So you really enjoy of cruising and not speeding. Even the engine, it's powerful. I think it has around 86 horsepower, but it's smooth, powerful, not smooth. So it's driving fast, but not incredibly fast. And you'll not do like a 9 to 60 to impress someone. And always I drive this car in this kind of condition of cruising, relaxing. So yeah, and I really enjoy it. and from now we are changing to 120 kilometers. Now become a highway, so we'll go to 120 if we can. Actually, it's quite busy, the road. Yeah, so we are 120. I'm not sure now how it's in other countries, but in Ireland, if you pass the maximum speed with even 1 kilometer, you have a penalty. So I try to don't pass the maximum speed. I heard in other countries you can have like 10 kilometers error margin. So if you have drive with 129 and the speed is 120, you'll not receive a fine. But in Ireland, if you drive with 121, you receive a fine. Now we are climbing a little bit, some ramp, and the traffic slow. Back to 100 kilometers because of the busy road. Crazy scenery. Like apocalyptic weather, but yeah, Ireland. We're cruising now with 90 kilometers per hour. Busy road. I'm not sure how it's in your country, but in our country the busiest line is the speed line. Yeah, so all the cars are fast and furious. I can show this also on my mirror. Yeah, all the cars are are speeding, so they keep busy the speed line. Now we're driving around 95 kilometers, 94. The fuel consumption 3.6. In 1 kilometer, I will go out of the highway. So reduce the speed. forgot to mention the car has three modes to be drive, and right now it's a normal. We have Sport and Eco Pro, but let's say for the real traffic, let's say normal. I will try maybe in one day to see if Eco Pro will make a difference. If you're looking at the user guides, you will see that the car, I think, will last around 30 horsepower. It will be 160 horsepower, and probably the fuel consumption should be reduced. But yeah, I'm not sure in our case if it will make a real difference. Now we're driving on national roads with 80 kilometers per hour. Yeah, the road is not completely flat, but I think overall, yeah, we have up and downs, so it should be, you know, equal at the end. We'll drive with 80. Car to the efficient dynamics, so now we are regenerating a little bit. This is what other cars name mild hybrid. So when you brake, you recover a little bit of energy and use it back to accelerate. And this function, it's by default for all the BMW 5 Series after facelifts 2015. Before was available as an option, efficient dynamics, and I think now all the modern cars, like and all the models, they have by default efficient dynamics. We are in the area with 60 kilometers per hour, and we are approaching the city, so it'll be a little more busy. We're actually going 50 area. meantime, tell you a little bit about what cars I drive in the past. So I start to, I know my first car was a BMW 380i, was from 78. So it was without injection system, and yeah, I was young, and always didn't have enough money. So actually, the fuel consumption was matter if you want to go, longer distance with your friends. Then I have a various car, and last most important, I drove for approximately 5 years 2004 E-Class Mercedes. Was a 2.0 compressor, so it was a petrol car, and yeah, the consumption was quite big. I think it was around a medium consumption around 8 or 9. I know if you drive constantly with 100 kilometers per hour was around 5, but now in the city, and I think the automatic gearbox was with a 4 or 5 speed. So yes, and the high speed was a little like now going over 2000 RPM. As you could maybe see during this video, with 100 kilometers per hour, the car is going with 1500 RPM. So the engine is not very high RPM. After that, I had an Audi A6 2.0 diesel, and man, what a difference! Very efficient car, and the car was from 2012, and I really love that gearbox. It was, I think, continuous transmission. Yeah, I think it was a very fancy name, but you couldn't feel when the speed, the gearbox was changing. So very smooth. But unfortunately, they don't use that gearbox anymore. Probably wasn't the most reliable. And after a few years, and I have a problem with that car because it was one of those cars with that diesel gate. So I know I see some news that we need to come back to Audi to remap the car, and everybody is complaining once you remap the car, they reduce in general the power. So you have a big car with not such a powerful engine anymore, and a lot of people complain. I bought a car, with nice performance, and suddenly, I have a big car with not such a great performance. So we avoided to do the mapping. I remember I've been to service the car, and I put I said I put in the right, please don't map the car during the service. Otherwise, some rumors they're mapping your car without to ask. Also, there've been some rumors that if you don't have a certificate, the car was remapped. You can't have anymore. The NCT. It's in Ireland for you have when you check your car to see if it's compatible to work on roads. So yeah, I sold that car, and I bought this BMW. This BMW is made after the Dieselgate, so no problem anymore with cheating. And yes, that Audi, I'll be honest, was a little more nicer inside, more elegant. This is more Spartan, but I think has a better driving experience. And also a fun fact, Ireland is not a warm country, it's a northern country, and that Audi has a serious problem with the warm up the habit. That engine was very efficient and was running a very low RPM, and I remember I was driving like 15-20 kilometers to go into my work, and the car wasn't yet warm up, so freezing in the car. I didn't have that option with Webasto, when actually you burn diesel to warm up the car. And yeah, in these days, to burn diesel separately just to warm up a car, you'll be killed by the greens. and definitely yes, it's not a good thing. And yeah, well, a big minus for that car, it didn't have heated seats. So now when we changed the car, we said okay, it's mandatory to have heated seats, and all BMW 5 Series, they have heated seats, so it wasn't a problem. Yeah, so heated seats, they help you to warm up immediately, and BMW to warm up faster than Audi. And it's about also the grille. So the grille in the front of the car has a smart when it's stopping the air to flow. So until the car is actually really need to cooling down, they close. I'm not sure what is the name. So the airflow can't go through engine, and this is very smart. Yeah, and I remember my father 20 years ago or 30 years ago, he was putting cardboard in front of the car to don't allow the cold air to go and cool down the engine. We're talking about very old East European car who didn't have a great heat management. Yeah, we're very close to our destination. I really like the car. When you drive, slowly under 80 kilometers, actually the RPM is going down. Sometimes you drive with 70 kilometers per hour, you are in the 8 speed, and you have around 1000 RPM. So yeah, very smooth and very efficient. Empty road, but with a lot of bumpers, so you need to brake, reduce the speed and accelerate. Not very good for your fuel consumption. And I'm very happy I didn't bought the car with M-Pack, Sport M-Pack, with very big wheels and very small rubber. Yeah, I have a friend who has that model, and it's killing him on the roads. Maybe if you live in an area where you have a smooth asphalt and no bumpers, but in Ireland your back will be damaged. Yeah, so we reach our destination. Friend house, it's home, car is in front. Yeah, so that was the road, a little longer, 30 minutes, and these are the specs. 31 kilometers, 32 minutes, medium speed 60 kilometers per hour, and the full consumption of 4.6. So yeah guys, this is a real life consumption, and I will do also combine in this movie return. So I will have 64 kilometers, and this will be, you know, a nice one, because if we have a little ramp coming here, we should go down when we come back, so we'll have a real fuel consumption for, you know, real scenario. Talk soon. Hi guys, now I'm back to home. I finished the visit to my friend. Yeah, 30 kilometers to go home. Now the road is very, no, it's not busy at all, so it's very no low traffic. This is a village, so I'll do the same 31 kilometers. I'll put just a few images now from the highway, and yeah, we'll have a look at the end how much was the consumption. Now going to village. Nice road, around 60 kilometers per hour. Yeah, low consumption. Now we are back on highway. It's 120 kilometers per hour. We're running around 1800 RPM. Not very busy traffic. It's still wet. I still have to do 23 kilometers. And yeah, right now it's not very flat terrain, but yes, we have a good overall medium consumption. Now we are back on the express road, actually same road but with the express speed limit 100. Yeah, the road is very quiet, just a few cars. The asphalt is a little wet, but not too much to, you know, affect the fuel consumption. We are cruising. Yeah, we're a little going up and down. We still have 14 kilometers to cover. I will also go to statistics. Right now we are around 5.7, but definitely will go down. We have 14 kilometers with the low speed. Yeah, so see you soon.